Oh yeah. The top 5 things to know before your first yoga class. So I wanted to talk to you about what I think are the top 5 things you should know before you head to your first yoga class. The first one is what to wear. And I have my beautiful friend Haley here demonstrating the perfect yoga outfit. So Haley, come on over. She is wearing tight clothing, as you can see. She just has on a long shirt. You can do, you know, the layers, like, so if you get hot or you get cold, you have layers here. Basically, you want to wear tight-fitting clothes so that as you're in downward facing dog or poses where your head is below your, torso, your shirt doesn't flop into your face and you can breathe properly. So, thank you so much. The next thing I want to talk to you about is what to bring. Definitely bring a water bottle. Definitely consider buying your own yoga mat if you can. I don't really recommend any particular brand as long as you're happy with it. It's a very personal decision. You want to just be able to stick on it and feel that it's something that it's yours, because all of the energy that you lay out on your mat, you want to be able to take it with you so that every time you unroll your mat, it's a very personal feeling. You get to lay it all out there and it's something that, you treasure. I know every time I retire a yoga mat, I get kind of bummed out, but it's a good thing to practice because as yogis, we want to think about non-attachment. Okay, then the next thing I want to talk to you about is breathing. So in yoga, if you're not breathing, you're not doing yoga. The postures are there as sort of the icing. So you want to make sure that when you're breathing in and out through the nose. In vinyasa or flow or power, and that's sort of what 7 minutes with Sima is and RX yoga is about. It's about a practice that breaks down all the tight areas and strengthens all of the weak areas. Your breathing needs to be in and out through the nose. So it's as if you could fog up a mirror. So if you were to hold your hand up in front of your mirror, or hold your hand up in front of your face like a mirror, breathe out with your mouth. You'll feel the breath on the back of the throat. Do the same thing, except you close your mouth. And I feel the breath moving on the back of my throat. So practice that at home a few times before you go to the yoga class, just so that when the teacher is cueing, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, you've gotten a sense of what she or he is really talking about. The next thing I want to talk to you about are the 3 main poses that you see in the vinyasa practice that are most commonly done wrong. And the problem with that is that you do them over and over again, and any time you have improper alignment, it leads to injuries. So I'm going to demonstrate for you down dog, chaturanga, and up dog or cobra. Okay, so I'm going to go on over to my mat. Okay. So downward facing dog. To line yourself up for downward facing dog, you want to come as if you're at the top of a push-up. So you stack your shoulders right over your wrist, and then you reach from the crown of the head to the heel. From the crown of the head to your heels. From there, without moving the hands or the feet, all I want you to do is lift the hips up and back. You let the head hang down, and you want your ears alongside your arms, and the heels stretch towards the ground. You want your hands shoulder width apart and your feet hip width apart. Okay, and that's your downward facing dog. To come forward, roll forward again to your plank and move into the chaturanga, which is high plank to low plank. All you need to do is think about resisting the floorway, hugging the elbows in towards the rib cage, and dropping only far enough down where your shoulders are in line with your elbows. Then from there, you take the tops of the feet to the ground, press into the tops of the feet and the hands, and then just burst the chest right through those arms. You can even bend the elbows and send the chest through a little bit further. Great. And then from there, you just tuck the toes back under and push back downward facing dog. Now for a lot of people at their first yoga class, doing a full chaturanga is too much. So here's a modification. You can roll forward to your plank and drop your knees down. From there, you do the same exact thing, drawing the belly in, you resist the floorway, and you drop down so that your shoulders are in line again with your elbows. From there, lower the belly all the way to the ground and press into the tops of the feet and the hands, and here you are in cobra. And again, you still hug the elbows back in towards the rib cage. Same thing to go back, tucking the toes under, and you lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Alright guys, those are the 3 most common poses in your practice where you could mess up your shoulders. So I just want you to play with that in practice. Check yourself out in a mirror, and I always say if you don't check yourself out, who will? So just play around with that before you head to your first yoga class. Okay, and then the last thing I want to talk to you about is Shavasana. So many people skip that pose. Shavasana is what you should look forward to. But when you're a first-time practitioner, laying on the ground, in a corpse pose, it can be very vulnerable. You're probably thinking, how long am I going to be here? What am I doing here? What's the teacher doing here? And you start to hear sounds around the room. But Shavasana is the pose. It's the ultimate pose of letting go, right? So you get to leave all of your troubles behind, and you truly get to embody what the practice is about, right? So really consider letting go, truly letting go of the ego, anything that came up, anything that you have left to do for the day. Serve yourself right and really take those minutes or however long it is just to breathe. It might be the only time in your day that you've truly given yourself that gift. So anyways, those are my top 5 things you should know before your first yoga class. I hope you enjoy your yoga class, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this segment of 7 Minutes with Sima. I look forward to our next one together. Please take a moment and subscribe to my channel.